From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. Eurocopter has established what is believed to be the first full-flight helicopter simulator in Africa. Keith Campbell reports.
The simulator, which is owned by Eurocopter Southern Africa, is located at the Sim Aerotraining facility at OR Tambo International Airport east of Johannesburg. Eurocopter Southern Africa CEO Fabrice Cagnat explains why his company brought the simulator to South Africa.
We brought the simulator to South Africa because of a requirement from the South African Air Force, which was identified 2 years ago, discussing with General Carlo Gaggiano, that he wanted to rely more and more on simulation to train his people, due mainly to budget constraints. And therefore, based on that concept of his, we nurture the concept. We identified the capability to obtain that simulator, which is a youth simulator from Europe, bring it here and serve the South African Air Force. What the simulator can do, basically, that simulator can train the crews on all emergencies of the helicopters, so that fire on board, loss of an engine, loss of tail rotor control, but also it can do what we call advanced training, like night vision goggles, which means flying during night with very specific goggles which allow to see in the dark, but it can also do search and rescue operations to train the crews, and it can also do mountain flying, such as equivalent to flying in the Drakensberg, your helicopter. So that simulator is what we call the D-level capable. To be D-level capable, it means mainly three things. The first one, it needs to have 6 degrees of freedom, so the simulator can move in all directions. It must have a very wide field of view in the simulator, and it must reproduce in a perfect way the flying characteristic of a true helicopter. And this is, with all those elements, allows simulator to be D-level, which means the most advanced level of simulation.
Other news making headlines this week: SARS is set to launch an e-filing app. Corruption Watch to cast a critical eye over South Africa's 850 billion rand infrastructure plan, and Nedbank unveils its Menlyn Main Green Star rated building. The South African Revenue Services says it intends unveiling new mobile technology and improved services to enable easier and more convenient ways of submitting tax returns.
The explosion onto the market of smartphones, tablets, iPads over the past few years have created a whole new generation of taxpayers who expect to be able to conduct their business on the move, in the palm of their hands. In essence, what we have done is to reskin and redesign our e-filing site to conform to a smartphone and cell phone format so that it is easy to navigate on a smaller screen.
Recently established civil society watchdog Corruption Watch is considering ways to cast an anti-corruption spotlight on South Africa's 850 billion rand infrastructure program, which is being led primarily by state-owned companies.
It's when local people or companies set themselves up simply to sort of grease the wheels, so to speak, that I think you pay a price for that. And on the infrastructure spend thing, I mean, this is going to be a difficult thing to do, and I think about it every day. We would really like to set up a page on our website on which every, say in the energy spend program, even before we opened our doors, people have come to us and said that there is already deep preparation going on for replicating the kind of practices and structures in the energy spend program as there were in the arms deal. I mean, the scale of the arms deal is going to be like a rounding error in the energy spend program.
Banking group Nedbank has unveiled the first of 7 Green Star South Africa rated commercial buildings in South Africa's first green precinct, Menlyn Main in Tshwane.
We consolidated 16 premises into one, and we had the added benefit from it. So yes, green comes at a bit of a premium, but at the end of the day, you save that in the operational functions, and the business case just makes more sense. We cater for 1,050 workstations based on around about 15 square meters per staff member.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.